What is it like to be eaten by a carnivorous plant? What are some crazy disorders that give you superpowers? These are all questions that we are going to find the answer to on this sick new animation channel that has blown up in the last year. Dumb Doggo! I watched like 10 seconds of this already just to get an idea if this is something that we should watch. This looks like British ice cream sandwich plus information. The point is, I like what I saw, and we need to check this out because this channel has really blown up in the last year or two, and these concepts are very interesting. I don't know if we'll start with what it's like to be eaten by a carnivorous plant. Maybe I'd like to have a smile on my face for the next 10 minutes or so. So we'll start with crazy disorders that give you superpowers. If you dig this, make sure you support the Dumb Doggo, and let's check out the doggo.
Number 7. Extra limbs. Polymorphia is a rare birth defect in which an affected individual is born with more than the usual amount of limbs. In most cases, the extra limb is usually shrunken or deformed in some way and of not much use. But one case in India showed otherwise. Deepak Paswan was a boy from India with one head, 4 arms, and 4 legs.
Let's
the
go!
limbs were relatively fully formed and also appeared fully functional.
Wait. If you ain't showing pics, then what are we doing here? I want to see Trayshawn Park. That is not what his name is, and I hope that I didn't just say something that I shouldn't say.
Imagine the power you would wield with 4 hands. At the foosball table. You'd be undefeatable.
Oh, yeah!
Imagine DDR with 4 legs. In the Hindu religion, gods are often depicted with numerous limbs. So as news spread of the quote-unquote Octoboy, pilgrims soon traveled from all over India to worship him as an incarnation of their gods. Until scientists figure out that the extra limbs were actually from a parasitic twin that hadn't developed properly in the womb and had somehow...
Well, you need it. Oh, listen, that doesn't mean it's not special. Just because science can explain it doesn't mean it's not still special. What's that all about? Oh, well, there's science, so it can't be special. I don't like when people think like that. It is still a very special person.
That hadn't developed properly in the womb and had somehow fused with him. Turns out he also didn't actually have control over the extra limbs either. They were just kind of glitching every now and then. So to improve Deepak's quality of life, the extra limbs were cut off, and ever since he's been able to live a relatively normal life. Much to the dismay of the pilgrims. Okay, so the very first one actually wasn't a superpower, but that was a very interesting story. Dumb Doggo, more like Smart Doggo. Let's go. Number 6. Supermemory.
Hey, that's me.
Hyperthermestic syndrome is a condition that allows people to remember abnormally large numbers of life experiences. Sounds like a cheat code to life, right? You'd be the world's most famous walking encyclopedia and win millions of dollars in popular trivia game shows. But in reality, hyperthermesiacs cannot choose what memories are permanently stored in their brains. Information like memorizing schoolwork would be treated as trivial.
Do I have this? Do I have a new diagnosis? Is this me? What's it called?
Hyperthermestic syndrome?
Hyperthermestic syndrome. So I have always been a person who can remember specific conversations from like 20 years ago. And all my friends have always been like, what the heck? A rare condition that allows a person to remember an extraordinary number of their personal life experiences in specific calendar dates in vivid detail. Fewer than 100 people worldwide have been diagnosed. Okay, well, maybe they're just really, really smart. Did you ever think about that? Yeah, it's not me. I don't remember dates. I remember conversations, though.
Information like memorizing schoolwork would be treated as trivial. So unfortunately, they won't be doing well on any tests at school. But what they are great at is remembering that one time they let a big one rip in the school cafeteria.
Yay!
Remembering these highly personal events can often be very embarrassing or traumatic. But could you imagine dating a hyperthermesiac? Hey babe, I'm going to the store to get some milk. Wait! Are you going to leave me like Mark did on the 3rd of January 1984? Babe, no. How about like Peter did on the 8th of April 1991? No, what are you talking about? Oh, okay then. Don't forget to buy the low-fat milk this time. Oh yeah, sure, honey. Unlike the time you forgot it on the 21st of September 1997, and the 13th of November 1999, and the 16th of June 2002. Oh, he's gonna leave me. So yeah, the vast
Sad.
majority of hypothalamiacs find it really difficult to sustain long committed relationships, leading to a lack of social connections and loneliness. Number 5. Exoskeleton armor.
Whoa.
Fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva, also known as Stone Man syndrome, is an extremely rare genetic condition that allows some individuals to rapidly heal themselves when damaged.
Cool.
But there's a catch. Imagine a person suffers a surface injury. Instead of replacing the skin tissue with more skin tissue,
Stone.
the body replaces it with bone instead.
What?
This process is called ossification. Can you imagine what would happen if you injured all your skin?
Turbo
You'd form an
bones.
exoskeleton-like layer of armor made of pure bone and literally be a superhuman. But in depressing reality, this disorder is almost 100% fatal.
Oh.
The issue is that the body ossifies all damaged tissue, which can make joints stiff and be dangerous to internal organs. You injure your knee, ossified.
Ossify.
You injure your eyelid, ossified.
Ossify.
Can't see. You injure your... Well, I guess that's a now.
Dumb Doggo, you were perfectly family friendly up until this point. Why? Dumb Doggo, you made it 4 minutes with videos completely appropriate for all ages. The joke isn't worth it, bro. Trust me. It's better to just be appropriate for everyone. I guess it's a mildly clever joke, but not worth it, Dumb Doggo. Not worth it, bro.
Any tiny injury would potentially become devastating to you. If you strain your voice, you could permanently lose it.
A voice
If you damage
bone.
your airways, bony growth would restrict your breathing. Even if you don't injure yourself, your body is constantly breaking down and repairing itself. So you're basically doomed. You'd be
That's sad.
slowly and inevitably turning into a bone statue.
It's like dragon
But
scale in Game of
the
Thrones.
absolute worst part is there's almost no way this can be medically solved at the moment, as
How many
surgical
people have it?
removal of ossified tissue causes the body to repair the area with additional bone, leading to a fatal catch-22.
How many people have it?
It's a disorder that could in theory be an awesome superpower, but in reality, it's much more like a living nightmare.
Bro, this video is called Crazy Disorders That Give You Superpowers. You haven't given one superpower yet. You said all of these are bad.
Number 4. Impervious to pain. Congenital insensitivity to pain, or CIP, is a rare condition where an individual cannot feel pain.
hey.
Dude, are you okay? Huh? What do you mean? An estimated 1 in every 25,000 people are diagnosed with this condition, and in most cases, the person has actually never experienced pain before. This condition is caused by a mutation to the PRDM12
1 in
gene,
every
which is
25,000?
important
I've
for
never
the
met
development
someone.
of pain-sensing nerve cells. Affected individuals have been recorded to register touch, but the pain circuitry is completely cut off. Interestingly, CIP individuals are still susceptible to emotional pain. Physical and emotional pain are
He didn't say surprise. I know he didn't just say surprisingly.
Interestingly, CIP individuals are still susceptible to emotional pain.
Interestingly, how is that any sort of surprise? Physical pain and having your feelings hurt are two completely different things. That's like saying, interestingly enough, the color of shirt that you put on doesn't change the color of your skin. I know this is a bad example, but interestingly, they still have emotions. Dumb Dog. Okay, Dumb Doggo just earned his name back. You just earned your name back, bro.
So this was surprising to me, but it's more of an issue with the physical sensory input as opposed to pain processing in the brain.
Yes.
This would be a pretty neat power to have for a super soldier though. Someone you could just throw into the middle of the battlefield who doesn't care if they get shot.
But no, that's not relevant. People aren't afraid of that because it hurts, bro. They're afraid of the consequences of it. People have adrenaline. Their pain sensitivity will shut down significantly in crazy moments like that. Not a good example. Just not a good example.
There's actually a village in northern Sweden called Vitangi, where there's an abnormally high frequency of individuals with CIP. We might need to watch out for them in the near future. In reality, this condition is extremely extremely dangerous to the affected individual because pain is vital for survival.
Yep.
Individuals with CIP often die during childhood because fatal injuries just go unnoticed.
They don't notice.
It is tragically very common for people to burn to death without even knowing.
Burn? Wait,
Number
burn?
3, indestructible bones.
He said
Trichodental
burn?
osseous syndrome is a rare condition affecting no more than a couple thousand people worldwide. It leads to people having bones that are so dense that they've been known to break baseball bats and even withstand car crashes. A mutation
Is this
in the
real?
DLX3 gene causes bone density in the affected individual to increase significantly.
Wow.
It reminds me a lot of Wolverine's skeleton. Like if you combine this disorder with the regeneration from Stoneman syndrome, minus the ossification and increased likelihood of death, you're basically Wolverine. However,
I am
there are
basically
several
Wolverine.
major drawbacks. These individuals are cursed with having extremely weak teeth that break
What?
easily and painfully, or
What?
end up falling out completely in some cases. They have brittle nails and dry, curly, and flaky hair as well.
Wow, okay. So what, does that mean that the genes, the nutrients, the whatever that are important for bone strength also are important for hair, skin, and nails and teeth? I guess that makes sense, huh? So it's just like a disproportionate amount of your body like putting emphasis on healing your bones and the strengthening of them? That is very interesting. That is actually interesting, Dumb Doggo. What's not interesting is finding out that people who can't feel pain also have feelings too.
Brittle nails and dry, curly, and flaky hair as well. Research into TDO
Flaky
is
hair.
prevalent right now, as it may hold the key to curing osteoporosis, which is the gradual weakening of skeletal structures many people develop in their old age. This would make a huge difference in improving their quality of life, as breaking bones from bad falls is incredibly common for elderly and in many cases life-threatening.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that like
Number
that.
2, super strength.
Oh, that's me. I got it. I got it. This is me.
Myostatin-related muscle hypertrophy is a rare condition that literally gives you super strength.
Here's what I know before we get into this one. The strongest men on the planet who have like set world records for lifting heavy weights, there's never been whatever he's saying. We know who the strongest people on earth are. So there's gonna be either a catch to this or it's not exactly as described.
Affected individuals have over twice the usual muscle mass of an average human, and they also have increased muscular strength, all without going to the gym or lifting weights to maintain it. Imagine waking up and just being jacked. This condition is caused by a
I
mutation
can't
in the
imagine.
MSTN gene, which is usually responsible for limiting muscle growth to prevent us from growing too large. But in these super strength individuals,
Man,
it
imagine
doesn't-
just waking up and being strong. That would be so sick. I'm gonna shut up. I'll shut up.
which is usually responsible for limiting muscle growth to prevent us from growing too large. But in these super strength individuals, it doesn't work as a limiter. A real life case of this is Liam Hoekstra from the United States. Doctors recorded that he had prominent muscle development in his legs as an infant. Like bro came out of the womb jacked.
Yo.
Yeah, he never skipped leg day in there.
Yo.
Bro could do a pull-up at 8 months old, had a six-pack when he was just 3 years old, and could lift 3-kilogram dumbbells with his arms fully extended at just 3 years old as well. Do you understand how crazy that is? Bro probably only weighed 3 kgs at the time. To add icing on the cake, there are no known medical complications to this condition. All those benefits and not a single drawback has been found? That is just plain unfair. And that's why it gets the number 2 spot on this list.
Bro hasn't set a world record yet. So until I hear that, just sounds like dude's got good genes, you know.
Number 1, fearlessness. Geordie Cernick is a man from the UK who was diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, where his body...
This is what is this? It's not prefrontal cortex. Is it the amygdala? Is it the amygdala? I don't know if it's amygdala or amygdala. Okay, I trust you. You're right.
I've seen all the seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, the Grey's. I thought you were gonna say because you took psychology in school. Don't, sweetheart, you need to remember to cite that you actually have like proper post-secondary education and not cite, oh, I watched Grey's Anatomy, okay? She was a psychological science major.
About the brain.
She learned about the brain.
Geordie Cernick is a man from the UK who was diagnosed with Cushing's syndrome, where his body produced too much cortisol, which caused him to have severe, life-threatening weight gain and high blood pressure.
Oh.
After numerous brain surgeries and complications, in a final surgical operation, his adrenal glands were removed from his body.
Wow.
This gruesome operation required removing one of his ribs, and it was extremely painful. Thankfully, his Cushing's syndrome was cured as a result,
Wow.
but it came with a price. When Geordie woke up in the hospital bed, he was on life support. He had numerous tubes coming out of him, and the doctors solemnly told him that there had been complications.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
He had developed pneumonia and then meningitis, which is a potentially fatal infection of the brain. But surprisingly, upon receiving the bad news, Geordie had no response.
Yeah, who cares?
He didn't feel anything. Among the many functions of the adrenal glands, one of them is influencing your body's stress response, also known as fight or flight, namely through the hormone adrenaline. Turns out, due to the removal of his adrenal glands, the part of Geordie's brain that controlled fear had been turned off. So now he lives a life of zero fear. Can you imagine that? Not feeling the nervous pit in your stomach before an important test? Or not feeling shy and flustered when asking a girl out? Not having a second thought when taking a risk? You'd be an absolute Giga Chad, especially when cases of anxiety and paranoia are increasing in our society right now.
True.
Fearlessness would drastically change the course of your life.
Yeah.
But just like many of the other disorders on this list, there's a catch. Fear is a fundamental survival instinct, and the absence of it could be very dangerous.
It's important.
But even worse than that, Geordie lost something much more important after his surgery. He lost the ability to feel excited for things.
So that's what I was wondering, right? That's what I was wondering. It's like fear is a state of arousal. It's like an excited state. It's excited in a negative way, but it's like, I was wondering exactly what he's saying right now. Does that prevent you from having a positive, exciting experience? Do things not thrill you anymore? And yeah, I guess that's the answer.
He lost the ability to feel excited for things, to feel suspense. And in some cases, even joy. It took away his ability to experience life. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb doggo. See you next time.
He's just a dumb doggo. What a good little tagline. I vibe with that, dumb doggo. Let's keep it rolling. Okay, fine. Let's watch the most essential viewing of his what it's like to be eaten by a carnivorous plant. This wasn't my first choice, but it's the people's choice, apparently. Apparently, this is what I need to watch as a dumb doggo viewer, so I will check this out. And if you guys want me to watch any of the other ones, y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know if any of these interest you, and we can check them out next time, okay? I will only do another dumb doggo video if you guys boop the like button, leave a comment telling me you want to see more dumb doggo, etc. Okay.
Hello, bug-sized man. Have you
me.
ever wondered what it's like to be eaten by a carnivorous plant?
No.
Well, let's find out. Number 5, pitcher plants.
Let me out! Let me out! That's the victory bell.
The pitcher plant gets its name from its pitcher-shaped leaves, and it uses...
That's what the Pokemon Victory Bell and Weepin' Bell is modeled after? That's crazy.
And it uses these as deadly traps. Picture this. First, your insect brain is lured in by the sweet scent of nectar.
Nectar?
And once you reach the top, you start slurping to your heart's content. But what you don't realize is the surface you're standing on has a waxy coating, making it extremely slippery. You take one step too close to the edge and...
See ya.
you've fallen into the pitcher plant's digestive fluids. The walls are covered in wax too, making it impossible to climb out, and you slowly realize that there's no escape. As your arms grow
What an
tired,
awesome thing to think about. Thank you so much, Dumb Doggo. I'm so excited for the rest of this video.
As your arms grow tired, you begin to drown, and the plant starts digesting you alive.
Why must you do this, pitcher
Great
plant?
new channel.
Well, that's a great question. Pitcher plants and most other carnivorous plant species live in environments that provide insufficient nutrients. So they've adapted to get the essentials like nitrogen, phosphorus, and magnesium from your flesh instead.
Oh, please.
Their diet mostly consists of bugs, but some pitchers are large enough to eat frogs and rats too.
No!
They come in so many different shapes and sizes, like this one. Remind you of something? Yep, that's a toilet. The lid secretes an abundance of nectar that attracts small mammals like the tree shrew. And while it eats the nectar, the toilet bowl catches any post-lunch dumps. That's right, this pitcher plant eats poop.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. That is good news. Literally, helpful plant. Helpful plant. In this case, that's good. I like this nature relationship. Renatureship, rather, is what the professional term.
That's right. This pitcher plant eats poop.
It's a potty
wholesome
plant.
Symbiotic relationship. My favorite pitcher plant species has got to be the cobra lily, and this is how it would eat you. You're lured in by the scent of nectar again, this time coming from a leaf shaped like the forked tongue of a cobra.
Wow,
The
cobra.
concentration of nectar increases as you move further up. The
More
plant's
nectar.
sneaky invitation to get you to climb inside.
More
and eventually
nectar.
you end up inside a beautiful dome with light pouring in through many holes. Having had your fill of nectar, you decide to leave. And there's so many exits to choose from. How convenient. Oh. But it's not an exit. It's a window. You try another one. Oh. Strange. Oh well, you'll just leave the way you came in. But wait, which one was the entrance?
Oh no, I'm trapped. I'm trapped in here, and that means only one thing. There's nothing left to do but sing. Today I woke up and I wanted some nectar. Then I said, oh boy, my head hurts. Then I saw a plant that had some nectar. I was like, let's get that today. I went to the plant and I climbed up. Then the plant said, you suck. And it dropped me down to the toilet. Oh my gosh, so stinky. Oh my gosh, the plant is eating me. Why did this happen to me? I don't understand why a carnivorous plant.
You'll just leave the way you came in. But wait, which one was the entrance? Confusion sets in as all the exits you see turn out to be fakes. You don't notice, but this whole time you've been moving deeper and deeper inside the plant. Until...
Ow.
Now, unlike other pitcher plants, the cobra lily doesn't digest you with enzymes. Instead, gross midge larvae and bacteria
not
start
the
eating
midge.
you alive, breaking you down into nutrient
Such
soup
a pleasant
for the cobra
video.
lily to slurp up. Now, if you don't want to be eaten by my pet plant, you should boop the like button. It really helps me out.
Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that? He said boop. He said boop the like button. What I want to know, who was the first creator to say boop the like button? I'm not 100% sure, but I think his name might be RobertIDK. It might. I just think that might be his name.
You should boop the like button. It really helps me out a lot.
alright,
Pitcher plants are just the first on
I
this list,
booped.
and there's 4 more leafy assassins to go. Number 4, bladderwort. Bladderworts grow in freshwater and wet soil environments.
Gross.
And on the surface, they have cute little flowers. But underneath is where the cold-blooded murder happens. One nice sunny day, you're swimming along living your best life. And
Best
then in
life.
the blink of an eye, you're suffocating in total darkness.
Oh,
You've
no.
been caught in the bladderwort's trap. Attached to the plant's underwater stems are these structures called bladders. But instead of holding pee, they act as trapdoors.
Oh no.
Come on, dude. First, water is expelled, creating negative pressure inside, and the trap is set. When you came swimming along, you
It
brushed
does a
past
suck.
one of the bladder's trigger heads,
It does a suck.
breaking the trapdoor seal. This created a vacuum, sucking you in within milliseconds. The bladderwort's diet consists of nematodes, fish fry, and mosquito larvae, but it can eat larger things like tadpoles too. It does this by digesting you in stages. First, it dissolves your head into mush.
Listen, Dumb Doggo, do we have to go there? That's my one question. Do we have to go there?
First, it dissolves your head into mush.
I know that if I get into the bladder works, it's game over, all right? I don't need to know the specific details of how the game ends stage by stage, but hey, we'll let him go off, my king.
First, it dissolves your head into mush, then your body, then your legs, until you've been completely turned into nutrient soup.
Wow.
Number 3, sticky leaf plant. Sundews are named after the glistening drops of nectar covering their long, tendril-like leaves. But despite their beauty, these drops have a deadly function. The nectar is laced with a powerful glue, and as soon as you've touched it, it's a wrap. Literally. The plant senses your struggle, so it starts constricting its tentacles inwards, bringing you into contact with as much stickiness as possible. The secretions coat your whole body, immobilizing your limbs and clogging your breathing holes, causing you to suffocate in a matter of minutes. This whole time, the sundew has been secreting digestive enzymes as well, slowly dissolving you until only a skeleton is left behind. Compared to some of the other plants though, being hugged to death actually sounds like a nice way to go. Another sticky leaf species is the butterwort, named after the buttery texture of its leaves. Works in pretty much the same way as the sundew, except its leaves are broad and flat, so there's more surface area for killing and eating. But not all carnivorous sticky leaf plants do the digesting. The rhododendron macrocephalum has a mutualistic relationship with the mirrored bug. The plant does the trapping.
Stop. Guys, some animators are just, I don't know, maybe this guy has the no fear thing in his head, the no adrenaline, because some animators are just like, well, as I'm talking, let's just throw a full screen image of a bug with no warning, like close up macro lens. I'm not about that life. I just don't get why anyone just pops a giant bug image on screen.
Has a mutualistic relationship with the mirrored bug. The plant does the trapping, and the mirrored bug stabs you with its face. And then it sucks out your nutrient soup, turning it into nutrient poop for the plant to absorb. But something isn't adding up here. How does a plant that's highly adapted to catching bugs not catch this bug? It turns out that the mirrored bug has an extremely thick coating of grease, completely protecting it from the sticky clutches of the plant. Number 2, corkscrew plants.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. I'm scared now.
So one day you're rolling around in the dirt when you stumble upon a tunnel. Where
but it's not a tunnel.
Is there treasure at the end?
No.
You've just arrived at the opening to one of the corkscrew plant's many corkscrew-shaped leaves.
No.
As you travel through the spiraling tunnel, you brush past these strange pointed hairs. They're arranged in a way that makes moving into the tunnel very easy, but moving out, almost impossible. Your only option now is to go deeper into the cave. And after what feels like ages, you finally reach a nice chamber filled with digestive fluids, and a slow, painful death. The corkscrew plant's diet consists of protozoans, mites, and annelids. And because of the sheer number of them hanging around in the dirt, the plant doesn't need to attract them. It just sits there and watches as the critters walk themselves into its stomach. Number 1, snap traps.
Snap traps? You mean the, what's it called? Venus flytrap? Do they call Venus flytraps snap traps in the UK or something? Let's hit it. We all know it is one. Let's go. You didn't talk about piranha plants from Mario though, bro. What the heck?
Number 1, snap traps. I bet you've all been waiting for this one. When you think of a carnivorous plant, the first thing that springs to your mind is the Venus flytrap. But contrary to their name, these plants don't actually eat that many flies. Their diet consists of roughly 1/3 ants, 1/3 spiders, and 1/3 miscellaneous critters. Only 5% are flying insects. 4 adaptations make the Venus flytrap an effective killer. First, the leaves' bright red color and sweet nectar smell tricks you into thinking you spotted a delicious fruit.
Cool.
Second are these tiny sensory hairs all over its leaves. Nothing happens if you only touch a hair once, but if you touch it twice... As each trap can only operate 7-ish times before dying, this adaptation prevents wasting a snap on something like a rain.
That's like Plants vs. Zombies. Yo, I need to make a Plants vs. Zombies video on the gaming channel when that drops. Oh, I gotta do it. Yo. There's plants like that in Plants vs. Zombies, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's sick.
Each trap can only operate 7-ish times before dying. This adaptation prevents wasting a snap on something like a raindrop or a fallen leaf. Third, each trap has these long lashes, which look like menacing teeth. Venus flytraps are quite picky with their food, as starting the digestive process takes a lot of energy, so smaller, unworthy prey can escape through the gaps in the lashes. I'm free.
Don't you ever have that, like, human experience of, like, imagining a Venus flytrap trying to get you, and you just smoke that thing because you're a human and no plant will digest you?
No.
Do you ever have that angry thirst for revenge at the thought of a Venus flytrap trying to eat you?
No.
If a Venus flytrap tried to eat me, you know what I'd do?
You know what they say to me?
I'd laugh. Only on the Robert.ek channel, homies. Only on the Robert.ek channel. Let's keep it moving. Dude Dan's up next. It's gonna be fire.
Smaller, unworthy prey can escape through the gaps in the lashes. I'm free. But bigger prey like you are trapped inside. Fourth, to make doubly sure that it's caught a big juicy meal, the plant waits until the sensory hairs are repeatedly triggered while closed, before it finally gets ready for dinner time. The trap clamps down even tighter, interlocking its lashes and forming an airtight seal. You slowly die of suffocation, and the plant secretes digestive enzymes, dissolving you over the course of a few days. When it finally opens up, all that's left of you is a skeleton. So many exciting ways to be eaten. Now watch this one next. Or else. See ya next time.
Piranha Plant does hit like shockingly hard though. If you actually like nail that move, it can be a game-ending move. Why can't these plants get out of my face? I hate them, they're a disgrace.